So first of all, I'm just going to go over how to use your Eat Out Guide. And then I'm going to teach you how to use it in every instance. At the top, it's going to say W+SOK. That means a watery vegetable, anything in the watery foods. Now, your starch foods is going to be everything else in your diet, basically. I'm telling you this because so many of you like your little sweets or like your little treats. And so the 9-to-1 ratio is actually so much better than like a Breyers. And I know it doesn't taste quite as good, but the ratio is going to make it so it doesn't hurt your stomach and you don't pay for eating it. But remember, too much of that category sometimes will cause a yeast problem. And if you have had to do an antibiotic, it will exacerbate that problem. So you need to be really aware that sugar is kind of poison. So the pea foods are going to be all your proteins. And this is another question I get all the time. And then I'm like, meat, when I say on the liquid diet and on the soft food phase of the diet, and it says no meat for 2 weeks and no meat for 2 weeks or no, nothing raw. That includes shrimp, fish, chicken, red meat, venison, pork, all meat. Eggs and cheese are going to be your friend during this time frame. And even those protein drinks, but they have to be a certain one. You have to read the 9-to-1 ratio and make sure it has a good ratio. When everybody wants to know, what do I eat at each stage? And they don't realize that you have the magic right in your hand. This Eat Out Guide tells you exactly what to eat. I don't want you to eat something that you're unfamiliar with. In the beginning, during the first month on the program, where you're fixing and writing your digestive tract, I need you to stick to things you're familiar with. So it's going to be really easy. You're going to do what you're going to hear Mike and Diane Rachel talking about a lot. You're going to pick your anchor food, okay? Your anchor food. And your anchor food is going to be what you're in the mood for, okay? So if you are still in the no meat stage, you're going to pick and you want protein, you have 3 choices. That makes it really easy. You're going to have cheese, eggs, and a shake. So you're going to pick your anchor food if you want a pea meal. And during that anchor food, you're going to be like, okay, I want some eggs, but how do I want them? Right? So pick your anchor food. We're going to say eggs, and then you're going to look at your Eat Out Guide, and eggs, you're going to see what category eggs are in. Your eggs are always in your pea category. So you're going to look at the top and you're going to see W and P's are perfect. So now you're going to go to the W section and you're going to say, if I want eggs, I can have all these things with my eggs. Now you have to cook them. We're talking about the first 2 weeks or the first real month. And so your 2 weeks of nothing wrong, no meat, but during the whole month, you're going to take it easier on your tummy. So with your eggs, you can like mushrooms, grilled onions, grilled whatever veggies you want, wilted spinach. So you can do whatever combination you want from the pea. Now remember, there is no limit or calorie restrictions, but you have to eat meals the size of your fist, and you can eat every hour on the hour when it's in the same category. Now remember, in the beginning, you're taking 3 slippery elm minimum before every single snack and bite that you put in your mouth. But you could eat every single hour. So don't feel like don't go hungry and don't be stressed about it, but stay in the category. Now, when you switch to an S meal, now this is important. A lot of you get a little confused with this. When you switch to an S meal, you're going to wait 3 hours. 3 hours from a P to an S. When you're looking at your Eat Out Guide, there's 2 things to be aware of. We do not have a glycemic index on your Eat Out Guide. And the glycemic index matters because if you eat all sugary stuff, you're going to get yeasty. And that causes a whole bunch of other things. And we need your digestive tract to get healthy. So I need you to kind of focus on good, healthy food. Okay. So I'm telling you right now, remember you're keeping a calendar. You should be keeping a calendar of what you're eating and how you're doing. If you notice that you get straight across, you remember the smiley face when you're doing great, that straight across face if you're just okay, and a sad face if you're struggling. If you're straight across for a month and you think, why aren't I having smiley face days? Why aren't I doing better? You're missing a component. So your macro greens are real food nutrition.